Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. Recently I've been hearing many people talk about Adult Swim Junior. Now, honestly, I didn't hear about Adult Swim Junior until about a week or two ago. Now, for those of you who are like me and don't know what Adult Swim Junior is, basically in September at some point, Adult Swim was airing this little bumper saying, coming in 2018, and it showed the Adult Swim logo. Then all of a sudden pops in a junior next to the Adult Swim logo, and there's like laughter of like children and stuff, right? And then it's put in parentheses, more details coming soon. And so this has caused many people to believe that, hey, Adult Swim does pranks all the time. Like, for example, April 1st, they played Rick and Morty season 3 episode 1 for the whole night. So I mean, it's not like Adult Swim isn't known to do pranks. But a lot of people are wondering, hey, is this actually something that we can look forward to? Is this actually something that they're doing? And honestly, I really don't know what to make of this. Because Adult Swim, like I said, they joke around all the time. They always do pranks and stuff on their channel, well, on their time block on Cartoon Network, rather. They always joke around. But people are actually taking this one a bit seriously. Yeah. And me personally, I honestly don't think this is happening. I don't know. I could go eat. I'm honestly 50-50. I could see it happening, and I could see it not happening at the same time. And the reason I say that is because I feel like I've said in my videos before, and these are just like the videos I'm referring to. Many of you probably haven't seen them because they were in the beginning when this channel was just starting up. I've said a couple times that, hey, what I would want Cartoon Network to do is to make another channel. And so you would have Boomerang, which would be, the more childish network, so to say. So it would be airing shows like Teen Titans Go, the Ben 10 reboot, the Powerpuff Girls reboot, Grizz and Lemmings, and what other shows Cartoon Network would want to get in that are for a younger audience, right? Then you would have Cartoon Network, which would be airing shows like Steven Universe, maybe it would be airing We Bare Bears, maybe some Samurai Jack, maybe stuff like that, right? So like some action shows that are more towards, I guess you could say, a teenager audience, right? Then you would have Adult Swim, which would stay the same as it is now, more of the adult shows of Cartoon Network, right? Maybe even give Adult Swim its own channel, right? Now, what I'm thinking is that, hey, you can make a 4th channel for Cartoon Network, or a 3rd, depending on whether Adult Swim becomes a channel or not. So let's say the 4th channel, if Adult Swim does indeed become a channel of its own. So you would make a 4th channel. Now, you may be saying, hey, DC Network, I didn't see your videos when your channel was first starting up, so what 4th channel are you talking about? I'm talking about a channel that would be dedicated to the older shows of Cartoon Network. And I'm not saying how Boomerang used to be, airing like the Flintstones and the Jetsons, Tom and Jerry, stuff like that. No. I'm saying the shows that aired from like 1999 until like 2010. So let's just say 2000 to 2010. The reason I said 1999 is because, Ed and Eddie started in 1999, so did like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and a lot of the great shows on Cartoon Network in the 2000s, they originally started in 99. So let's just say 2000 to 2010. So then if this were to happen, if they were to have 4 channels, you would have a channel for Boomerang, which would be the more childish shows that Cartoon Network owns or has acquired. Then you would have Cartoon Network, which would be more towards teenagers, right? Then you have Adult Swim, which would obviously remain the same as it is now. And then you would have this 4th channel that would air all the old shows that Cartoon Network had from 2000 to 2010. By doing this, Cartoon Network would be able to reach 3 demographics. You would have one channel that is dedicated for the younger audience, one channel that is dedicated to the teenage audience, one channel dedicated to the adult audience, and then the 4th channel, which airs the older shows from 2000 to 2010, that would be dedicated, to the people who grew up with, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Ed and Eddie, Chowder, shows like that. So, some of them are teenagers now, some of them are adults now. So that would be for kind of 2 demographics, right? Now, bringing this all back to Adult Swim Junior. Obviously, this wouldn't be the case as how I envision it, because you would only have 3 channels: Cartoon Network, Boomerang, and Adult Swim Junior. Boomerang being, I don't know what it is, honestly, right? It's just a Cartoon Network 2. So Boomerang would be a Cartoon Network 2. Cartoon Network would stay Cartoon Network, and then you would have Adult Swim Junior for, I guess, the teenage audience. Which, it doesn't really make much sense to me. that they would do this. Because one, first off, Cartoon Network and Adult Swim share the same channel. Adult Swim is just a time block on Cartoon Network from 8 to 6, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I would think that, hey, we would make an Adult Swim channel before we make an Adult Swim Junior channel, right? Because don't you think Adult Swim would deserve its own channel? Second off, Boomerang and Cartoon Network are the exact same thing right now, pretty much. Boomerang basically plays what Cartoon Network plays. It's playing shows that currently air on Cartoon Network, so there's no point in having two Cartoon Networks, right? If one's going to be bad, if one channel is going to be bad, why make two channels bad, okay? So, in the end, do I think Adult Swim Junior is real? I think it could be real. I think it makes sense for them to do this, but the problem is that I don't see this third channel fitting into what they have going on right now, right? Because, like I said, you would have two channels that are basically exactly the same in Cartoon Network and Boomerang, and then you would have Adult Swim Junior, which I guess would be the teenage shows, right? But then there would be no Adult Swim channel. So, I mean, it makes sense for them to do that, but at the same time, it doesn't fit into what they have going right now. Unless if all of a sudden they change Boomerang to be like a younger audience channel and they change Cartoon Network to something else, then I don't know. Because honestly, I don't think they would ever do what I would want them to do, which is to make a fourth channel to air shows that were from 2000 to 2010. And I don't think Adult Swim Junior would be that show. I mean, maybe it would. Maybe that would be the channel, Adult Swim Junior, to air the shows from 2000 to 2010. So Adult Swim Junior, it's not for adults, it's for the kids who grew up with the shows from the early 2000s and who love those shows, so they can check it out on this channel, dedicated channel. Maybe that's it. I don't know. And then there's the possibility that Adult Swim Junior isn't even a new channel at all. It could be something totally different. And I'll be covering that in my next video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.